judge me. No, I don't care what you say now. You're lying through your teeth.
Hey Nathan,
Hey, what's up, dude?
how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, how's your day so far?
It's great, man. Busy, busy, a lot of family stuff and music stuff, but very blessed. How about yourself?
Oh, it was an awesome day. Thanks so much, Nathan, and a real pleasure to have you today on this interview. Nathan, your new album Monument is to be out on August 15th. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting and the production that goes behind this new album?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely too. Before we get started, too, I just want to ask, man, where are you from? What are we this is all new to me, so where
I
are you
am,
tuning in from?
I am from India.
Awesome, dude. So you're based in India now.
Yes, I am based in India now. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that's cool. We're connecting all the way across the world, man.
Yeah.
Thanks again for having me, dude. A little bit about the album, songwriting and production. It's been a whole journey for me, dude. Like I said, family and things like that. So I've got two little babies here at the house. So I've been
Lovely.
writing songs for 22 years, and I never wrote them exactly with this method because there was never little babies sleeping. So I've kind of had to find workarounds in order to be loud and sing and play guitar and write songs. So I've been able to dial in a pretty cool system. And most of the songwriting for the record consisted of me sitting in the studio, which is literally in my living room where my babies play, but like they'll go to sleep at 7 p.m. And then I'm sitting there with the guitar and I'm writing the songs, kind of starting to think of lyrics and melodies. But then once I've gotten a kind of instrumental thing laid out, I bounce down the audio, go sit in my truck and play the song. And that's where I sing and write the lyrics. And then I ask my wife to watch the kids and I record the vocals and boom, you got a song.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And this monument has some kind of a storyline or a concept behind it.
Not a storyline, but yeah, very much a concept. I think what we're doing musically is like it's kind of different, and I'm the intention behind the word monument is kind of like something that'll stand the test of time. And so love it, hate it. I think this is something that is going to be around for a long time for people to go back to and be like, damn, this record specifically, I think is just like nail on the head of what I want our band to sound like. So I think that this is going to be like the first etching into the stone of what we are.
Amazing, amazing. And speaking on the artwork of this album, I would say it's an amazing work behind it. So
Thank you.
would you like to tell me a bit on the making of this cover artwork?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was hard thinking of a concept, but when I came up with the album name, it was just obvious. We have a symbol that represents the band.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like an X or whatever, and a lot of people ask me what it is, but it has the letters WAV in it. WAVNE. So I thought, a good visual representation of the concept of monument is having that symbol as like a rock formation inside of a temple that's, looks like ruins, but it stood the test of time.
Awesome, awesome, wonderful. And I had a real pleasure to listen to this album in its entirety, and I had to say, fantastic album, and bringing in reggae, metal, and rock fused together each and every song. So totally mind-blowing songs. The vocals
Oh,
are
thanks.
amazing. I love the music, and reggae has always been a part, a root of rock and metal, and it fused and gels together with rock and metal. So that made it sound more beautiful. And from the start to the end, fantastic album, I have to say. So thank you so much.
That's awesome, Keith.
Thank,
Yeah.
thanks to you guys for putting up such awesomeness into this album.
Ah,
And
thanks.
as a band, how do you guys feel about the outcome of this new album?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thanks for the kind words, Keith. I really appreciate like your positive vibe and I like, thank you so much for those kind words. I'm so glad that you like the record. The band members and myself are really stoked on this album, man. We did the first album and it was kind of like laying the groundwork of like, all right, well, what do we want to sound like? What songs work for us? And throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what we enjoyed playing live, what the people were feeding off of when we play live. And so when it came time that I started writing the songs for the second record, I feel like I had a lot more intention behind what I wanted us to sound like. And for the first time, was able to sit down and write a really cohesive album. You know, there's a lot of different sounds on it, and there's a lot of different vibes. Some are heavy, some are a little more reggae. It's primarily heavy, but you know, it's cohesive start to finish, and I think it's finally a representation of what I think this band is supposed to be. You know, and it's really cool because as we're releasing songs and getting ready to like release the album, we've been on different tours and
Mm.
playing different festivals and stuff, and we've kind of been in the single cycle where we get to add in one song at a time. When the song comes out, then we are on the road and we're playing that new song live. And every time we add the new song in this cycle, it's been like our favorite one to play live. So I'm looking forward to when the album's out and we get to tour it and play all of it live, because the second record we're really enjoying playing live.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you guys have some big plans on the day of the release.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And speaking on the touring, are there any international touring will be a part of this year?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to do more of it, but we did book our first international gig. We're going to Spain next month for a big, it's probably the world's biggest reggae festival called Rototom. It's absolutely an honor to be invited there. I was not expecting that to come forward for our band because we kind of like push the boundaries of what reggae is, but somebody over there likes it and reached out and invited us to come over to the festival. So we're going to be in Spain for Rototom on August 22nd. And then nothing else international at the moment, other than we are doing a cruise called Shiprocked, which goes to the Bahamas. So I guess that's international as well. But really would love to come play India. Really would love to come play Europe and Asia and all these different places. And I think it's just a matter of time, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, awesome, man. And a couple of videos from you guys like Tibetan Sky Burial, Throwing Shades, and Turn the Page. So great songs and amazing work on these official music videos. So I would like to share a bit on the making of these music videos.
Yeah, they were all a blast, man. I work really closely with our video guy. His name's Sam Scarce, and he's definitely a creative genius himself. And I think when the two of us put our heads together to start workshopping what we're gonna do, some real magic ends up happening because we just throw a bunch of ideas at the wall, and when we get excited about one, we kind of just pursue it and start writing it out, start getting all excited, and start developing the idea together. So all the videos, while they have serious parts to them, one thing that I love about music videos, like I like to make them fun, you know. So some of them like will look serious or kind of have a serious theme, like the one with Jesse Royal is like a war video, but we're doing paintball. So I was intention was to be like goofy, you know, like over the top, try and make a war movie. I just like to keep things lighthearted, you know. I think in my experience of being in a band for so long, unless you have a really really big budget, it's kind of hard to pull off like a serious music video, you know, and it can end up falling flat a lot of the time. So I think it's always a good option to keep things a little lighthearted and fun, you know, and that was the intention, and it makes us laugh, and it made us we had a really good time making all of them.
Awesome and awesome, awesome. And a pretty new band, Aurorawave. And would you like to tell me and for the viewers how it all started and how did you go, why did you guys chose reggae and rock to gel together? Would you like to tell a bit about all these parts?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I grew up playing rock and metal, you know, picked up my first guitar at 10 and fell in love with all the classic rock stuff, AC/DC, and even like started getting heavier with like Metallica when I was a little kid. Then I spent like the next decade of my life, all my teenage years and stuff like that, playing deathcore and metalcore
Mm.
in different bands. And then in my 20s is when I started a reggae band, and I spent a decade playing reggae. And this was, the genres weren't fused together. It was kind of two different parts of my story. And when things fizzled out with that last band, it was time to start something new because I'm a musician and I'm always going to play, you know? So whatever the band name, whatever chapter of my life, I'm always going to make music. So when it came time to start the new band, it felt like a good time in my life to just say, you know what, man, I've got all of these different chapters. Let's put it all together and let's just play both styles of music that I love rather than keep them separated. Because I feel like, there's in life, man, we got to look for what makes us unique, you know, as humans. And we all have something. We all have something that we can do that nobody else can do.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. I think this band and this music is very much uniquely me, you know? It's not trying to be anything. It's not, there's no intention other than just make the music that's 100% true to me. And this is what comes out, you know?
Yeah, amazing. Thanks so much for sharing, Nathan. And
Yeah.
being a new band, are there some big dreams or great milestones that you want to conquer?
Oh yeah, totally, man. I mean, I'm a big believer in like the manifestation stuff and the vision board stuff. So like I've got the vision board in the studio. I list off a couple of things I got in there. And what's really awesome and magical about it is like a lot of them have come true already in the year and a half that we've been doing this, which is really sweet, man. But yeah, I mean, international touring's at the top of it, you know. Like I said, Asia and Europe and places like that. Um, I want to get us in a tour bus. I want to up our production with fire and huge video walls and stuff like that. Um, there's a lot of like my heroes that I'd love to tour with.
Mm.
There's a lot of festivals that I would really like to play. And in terms of some of them coming true, we're going to be playing at Louder Than Life this year in Louisville, Kentucky, which I'm really excited about. It was on the vision board. And going international was also on the vision board too. So when both those things fell into place, it was like, all right, cool, we're on the right path, you know?
Yeah, fantastic, man. Fantastic, fantastic. And
Thank you.
any highlights that you want to share with me today?
Um, highlights it as in like what kind of stuff?
Like the past touring experiences or about the band, or there's some great things that happens inside the studio, something you want to share with the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just been the whole thing has been magical, man. I mean, from starting this band and it was just an idea, and a hope and a dream, and then watching it come true. And like we've just been out there on the road for the last year and a half. We've been dropping music and we're like watching it grow and become a real community in real time. And it's been a pretty beautiful and like validating experience to be like, all right, cool. And I hope that others can see it too and be like, all right, this was kind of a far-fetched idea. I mean, who just starts a new band after being in a moderately successful band for a decade and then leaving to start something brand new? It's like risky and it's scary, but I hope that people can look at it and have a little bit of faith in themselves to be like, man, like maybe I will take that leap. Maybe I will try and do that thing that I'm trying to do. And not be afraid because shit, it is scary, but if you work really hard and if you believe in yourself, I really think you could go ahead and do it too.
Amazing, amazing. And speaking on the music and the future, will there be more experimentation to the music that you're creating, and or will you consider bringing more different genre of metal or rock inside the band?
Yeah, I think absolutely, man. That's kind of the coolest thing about this band is like we're put here to push the limits, you know. So I'm always just going to write what comes to me and what I'm into at that moment, and it doesn't have to always be reggae and metal, though it probably will be because that's what I love. But I like what you said, where you said different styles of rock and metal, because even on this album, there's some like 90s new metal sound stuff, but then there's also some more modern metalcore and deathcore stuff, and I like it all. I like it all. So I think having the freedom to be able to put any of those styles into the music
Beautiful,
is really what makes me happy.
beautiful, beautiful. And then finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
I just want to say thank you and I love you. And thanks for allowing me to be myself. And thanks for allowing me to provide for my family with music. It's the greatest gift that I could ever ask for in my life. And I take none of it for granted. And whether you're a new fan or you're a fan that's been around for a really long time, I appreciate you so much. And I'm happy that you're here rocking with us because this is a very fruitful endeavor and there's inspiration all over the place. And the future is bright.
Amazing, amazing, Nathan. And Nathan, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview and giving me the pleasure to have this interview with you to talk on Monument, your upcoming album on August 15. Like I said earlier, fantastic album. I know a lot of people are going to come fall in love with this new album. Great work and keep doing this awesomeness for decades, and wishing and the entire band all success in the coming days, and really hoping to see you guys on the road soon.
Hey, thanks, Keith. I really appreciate it, man. This was a blast. You're such a nice guy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care and have a great rest of the evening, buddy. Take care.
Hey, you too, man. See you. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.